We're watching my favorite YouTube channel. I am Chillmonger. This is Monica. You guys know Monica? She goes by Photon also, as well as other names. But I'm not going to do that one today. Instead, we'll talk about somebody else's name. By the way, I did get the variant cover. I should probably let you know that it comes in all white with the little glitter, and the hair is consistent. Hair there, consistent all the way across. Good job by the artworks. The splash when I opened that first page was holy. Detailed home. Like, we got every color on the rainbow being represented there. So, like, it was good to see. So shout out to the artists. What were their names? Ivan Fiorelli and Luca Maresca. Fiorelli. His name was Fiorelli. There's one thing in here that said Dr. Voodoo rather than Brother Voodoo, okay? So his name is Dr. Voodoo. I go on like the Marvel database to see what is Jericho Drum's name. Is it Dr. Voodoo or is it Brother Voodoo? Well, apparently in 2009 it changed over to Dr. Voodoo. All right. I still call him Brother Voodoo. And you know what that makes me think of? The conversation of whether or not this is Captain Marvel. Some people are going to still call her Captain Marvel. You know what the difference is, though? In my scenario, I'm saying Dr. Voodoo is too similar to Doctor Strange. Give the own name of Jericho Drum. While when you guys say she's still Captain Marvel, because that's what you're used to and you're familiar with, and that was your first impression, which is the lasting impression. So you guys go, this is Captain Marvel, but like there's so many others with that name, and she's better off having her distinct name. Dr. Voodoo, Brother Voodoo. And Jericho Drum's name will return to Brother Voodoo unless they use Dr. Voodoo in the movie, which they won't. We know that they can change things. Spectrum was her name just last year, just in Thunderbolts. And then they decided, no, let's call her Photon. We're going to call her Photon in the movie. So they don't have to be married to what's going on now. The movie guys will decide it, and then the comic book division will follow suit. So the Beyonder and Brother Voodoo and Jericho Drum scenario in the home. They return to Frank and Maria Rambeau. There we are. They're a little bit different, though. They're alive, and it's a surprise. So what's happening? How could they be dead, and now they could be alive? Why? Because reality is changing within this comic. It happened like 3 different times. Remember that doctor, Yesenia Rosaria? She's back. Yeah, she's here. She's back to this reality, which is different. They called it a universe, and then Monica refers to it as a dimension also. What is happening? We don't know. She doesn't know. Nobody knows. However, some comic book stuff does happen. She has a meaningful talk with Wong, which it elaborated on the Stone of Hala. The Stone of Hala is this cool thing that I'm very happy. As you can see there, it says, Ewing says, go check out Ironheart issue number 8 to see Midnight's Fire take it and rob it from the sanctum. Not this sanctum, but the 616 main sanctum. What is this device? It was able to give Riri some enhancements for a brief moment. She was like supercharged, and now not. And here they go. Well, that'll be coming later, where they actually explained what it is with a little bit of a better understanding of what it is. Fine. This device, this ancient thing, has an energy signature, and Monica says, cool, let me just hush up for a minute. She finds the energy signature, and she travels to where it is. No travel time. Just look up in the sky, and she's exactly where she needs to be. And you can see there's a rift up in the sky. You see the purpley tear in the space-time continuum. There's a tear. She stops and she goes, I don't see anything here. But what am I thinking about? This is from the visible spectrum of light. I need to be thinking about, and then she can see all of a sudden that there's a whole bunch of tangible things. And I say that they're tangible because she's going to be standing on all of these platforms. This was comic booky as hell. They exercised her superpowers in a way that doesn't happen unless it's in a Monica Rambeau Photon comic book. Next thing, for her next trick, she's going to do an x-ray on this body, on this alien, who are like the keepers of the artifacts. And the woman, his name was starts with a T. Tahim? I don't even see it. But she introduced herself as Monica. He introduced himself a page ago. And she is she's She's her boo. They even called her boo. She says, "Let me do an X-ray. Give me a second." Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss, but she's actually really back and she's really alive again. When she says "boo" to him, I was just thinking the entire time of why can humans just talk to aliens? Is this in a comic where they have earpieces, just like in Captain Marvel's movie? It was like a universal translator. Should I just go? Well, since she's with Sword, she's got one of those there, and that's why they're able to speak to each other. I don't get it. Then she says the word "boo," which is slang, so that throws me off. It's just bizarre to hear it. Are we supposed to just be over that? Is that not supposed to be a problem? That the human beings who speak English, she's not bilingual or any other lingual, can just communicate with an alien, and the entire text box is in English. Maybe this guy is so like smart, he's able to communicate with others. Well, we're gonna go with that. And he's explaining. I want to read the page because I told you that we actually get an actual explanation of what it does. In this conversation with Posa, the woman, the loved one that she's gonna save, in this conversation, she goes, "My grandmother may have notes on this device. It's been gone from us for a long time. We are wrapped with the reality of the universe. That's our species. That's our thing. And when we get sick, like everyone who seemed to be sick there, that makes everyone sick because of the real world. So it's all together. It's all matching, synchronizing with Monica's ongoings. This is going to be an important thing. I like that Monica does have sub characters and supporting characters within her own franchise. She never even had a franchise before this 5-issue limited, and now she does have her own franchise. I wouldn't call her the leader of the Avengers, her franchise. It's still a team thing. If you do, then you do. But these are the toys that are going to be in the Monica Rambeau movie, which they do when they stop being exclusionary and actually cast the black actors to play black characters. When that happens, those are going to be the toys. That's going to be the really sellable thing. They don't have big eyes, though. That's the key. You got to have big eyes for these. And it just, boom, that's all it takes. Think about it. Back here, Monica Rambeau is told, and with a brand new sanctum. So every time she's flying, it feels like the more she uses her power, the more things change again. Everyone here tells her that the universe is collapsing. You're not moving between parallel universes. You broke the universe. To be continued in issue number 4. All right. Meaningless in issue number 2. And I tell you that is meaningless. Unless this dude here who's giving her a mean mug, Druid, right? Where is he right there? See him right there? Unless that has anything to do with anything, or if it's just as meaningful as Thor and his white powder on his mouth, side of his lips right here and there. Like that's another thing that's happening. The artwork is busy, right? Things are moving and shaking. Unless that druid look, is meaningful, I would say that issue number 2 was nothing. Issue number 2 really didn't need to happen. It was just, they could prove me wrong though. But this was a comeback. Good stuff. Am I gonna do a Photon Friday with B Real with D Real? God willing. I mean, I always say I will, but then I flop. I'm not a guy you can make plans with. But here I am on Wednesday morning. It's issue number 3 of Monica. Those were my complete thoughts. I'll have more to think about and more to say. If you want, DM me a video of you going, "Oh, I'm this guy, and this is what I thought of Monica." DM me like a 30-second video. I'll post it as long as you don't swear or be bad. I'll post it as part of Photon Friday. It's a community thing. My DMs are open. I'm chill. You're not. Toodles. Oh, and we might do something for Black Panther because it's like the 5th anniversary. And when I say we, you know who, like the usual suspects. We may do something 5th anniversary of that movie, which changed the world because not really top tier character and not a supporting character of the franchise was utilized and became a household name. And Black Panther got really popular. Probably something that should be continued. That the specific character, even when the actor is incapable of doing it. You know how I feel about that. You guys can see the recast T'Challa video I just did with Onzo, where we, well, you didn't see that one yet. I did rebuttaling Onzo. Now there's one I have to edit where me and Onzo are going to speak together, and it's going to go probably like 40 minutes or something. I'm still editing through it. I'm going to post like photos. It's just audio with images on the screen, and you'll have to listen to it. And if you don't want to listen to it, I understand. You're like a visual guy, right? You want to see the yellow. You want to see the purple or violet